Hello, everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger comic book review series, the show where I like to talk about the books I read in the previous week. Now, 3 weeks behind because there was a convention and the convention pushed everything over. So let's waste no time. This review, I've got 6 books. This is episode 531 for books that were released on May 29th, my birthday, 2024, not my birth year. So I've got 2 physical books, and then the rest will all be digital. We're going to go through this review pretty quickly, and even the next review we might go through a bit quicker than we normally would because I don't want to fall too far behind. I've been reading like crazy. I'll be reading the following week's books right after I do this video. But this was a pretty good week. I did enjoy a lot of the things I read. No DC Comics again. Again, I'm only reading Superman right now from DC Comics. Hopefully soon I'll start expanding my DC again. Nothing's grabbing my eyes at this moment. At least we've got the next event the event coming up. So hopefully that might springboard a couple of more books. We'll see. But till then, let's start off with the one independent book I got. And I'm so happy. Critical Role's Vox Machina Origins, issue #1. Beautiful artwork, beautiful story. Honestly, I've watched several. This is series #4, by the way, though. So I don't know if that matters. This is the first Origin comic I'm reading. I'm guessing there are 3 others. I love the artwork in here. Reading the book, like I was saying, it felt like I was sitting in on one of the Twitch D&D campaigns while it was going on. You've got the crew looking for answers. I'm hoping that this didn't take place like there wasn't a part like in what do you call series 3, for example. I'm hoping that this wasn't a lead-in from series 3. I feel like I did feel a little bit lost in the beginning because they were looking for clues, and then you've got 2 other characters who end up in a very precarious predicament looking for, I want to get this correct, the Dragon Stone. I did really enjoy this first issue a lot. If you're a fan of Vox Machina, you're going to be reading this book. If you're not, that depends on what you like and what you don't like. But for me, I'm a fan of the series. I just realized what I'm doing here. Fix that. Okay. I'm a huge fan of the series. So, yes, I definitely checked it out and I loved it. Recommend it highly. Okay. Next up, we've got 2 Blood Hunt books. We've got Black Panther Blood Hunt issue #1. I really wanted to read this book because of what happened in issue #1 with Black Panther. This issue did not fail to deliver. It was excellent. It showed Black Panther trying to fight back against the vampire infection because obviously Blade is now his sire, his master, and Blade wants him to uncover something in this issue, and Black Panther's fighting against it. Shuri's trying to help him a bit, help try to guide him, and we get a little bit of that towards the end of the book, but Blade warns Black Panther if he doesn't listen, then Wakanda will suffer for him not being willing to listen. I like it. This dynamic is going to be interesting. I will be sticking around for this miniseries. It was a win for me. The next book, 50/50, Midnight Suns Blood Hunt issue #1. I wasn't really sure about this. I might come back for issue 2 to be triple sure, but the book opens up with Blade killing the entire vampire slayer team that he put together and trained to fight against evil vampires. And we see the first emotional moment from Blade where you see him actually tearing up that he killed all of the soldiers that he trained. And it still makes me wonder, is Blade doing this for a reason? Is he being forced to? Is he being mind controlled? We've got only a few more issues. I believe issue 3 came out in 2 episodes from now, but it came out this week. I'm really interested in seeing where this whole blood hunt is going to end and what it's going to end on and where the ramifications of this will fall on Blade. I don't know why I said Blaze. Johnny Blaze is in this book, but anyway, Blade. So as I was saying, Ghost Rider's in this book, and he finds out about what Blade is doing and wants to get the Midnight Suns together. And if Blade did go rogue, he wants to stop him. However, we get a little bit more of a story in here with the characters. I don't want to spoil too much about that, but One thing I do that makes me want to come back is the final page where they're like, so if this is true, then we're going to kill Blade. Might be interested in seeing where this miniseries ends up. If it ends up at the end of Blood Hunt, possibly. This does look like something that might connect to the actual Blood Hunt. Not 100% sure, though. Now we've got an issue number 1 for Hellverine. Hellverine issue number 1. There's a little bit of a recap at the beginning of the book talking about how Wolverine was possessed by the spirit of, I cannot pronounce this demon's name, so I'm not going to try, but he's possessed by a demon and he becomes like Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider actually was the one that exorcised the demon from Wolverine. However, Hellverine shows up again and they think it is Wolverine and they actually catch him. They arrest him, and Wolverine's like, it's not me. Ghost Rider saved me. I am not the Hellverine anymore. And you get a little bit of a backstory on the demon, how it comes to be, how it came to be, how the whole Hellverines happened. We have some possessed soldiers in this issue as well. But the ending, which this is going to be the book I do the spoiler in. So you got a spoiler alert warning. Not really, because they've already kind of shown it in future previews. We find out who the Hellverine possibly could be, and that's Daken. However, Daken's dead, so how is that possible? We see like a Frankenstein Daken. I am interested in seeing where this goes, and will this possibly bring Daken back to life? I mean, this is comic books after all. Anything's possible. And then the final physical book I've got, which is Darth, Maul, Black, White, and Red, issue number 2. I love the style of these books. Basically, the title says it all. It's just black, white, and red. That's it. There is no other colors in this book, and I think it just works so well. The artwork in this book is done really, really well. And I love how Darth Maul shows up. He's there for a reason. He's there to find something. And we get introduced to all of these characters who basically by the end of the issue end up dead because Darth Maul just eliminates the entire colony to get what his master wants. And it turns out in the end, spoiler again, but not really, it was a test. But one character survived. What role will this play in future issues when it comes to Darth Maul? Now, again, this takes place before the Phantom Menace. So just a little heads up, because I don't believe I reviewed issue. No, I did not review issue number 1 because it was before I started the reviews up again. This is a series you don't want to sleep on. I like the artwork. I like the story, and I highly recommend checking it out. The last Darth Maul series actually sold out. I went looking it up. Couldn't find certain issues, completely sold out. And I believe issue number 1 of this already sold out, and we've got a second printing either out or coming out. So don't sleep on it. Really good. And then the last book we're going to be talking about in this review is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 5. Harry Osborn centric issue. How his father died, how he came into the business, how the Goblin came about, who's helping him become the Goblin, which I do find it a little interesting that, and I'm going to say this, Dr. Octopus or Doc Ock at the moment, or Otto Octavius, because he's not Doc Ock yet. He actually does look like a younger version of Pete. Crazy as it sounds, it's interesting that they have Dr. Octavius looking like the Superior Spider-Man Doc Ock. But anyway, we find out Harry's motives, what led him down the path he's on, about his father, how he's treated. This was an origin. I feel bad I did not get to review this series since issue 1. I did review issue number 1 in a 60-second review, but from 2 to now, I have not. And I feel bad, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get the review off sooner, so this way I wouldn't be so far behind, because Ultimate Spider-Man, to my knowledge, at least for now, is ongoing. This is not something that's going to end. This is basically the Ultimate Universe starting up and going again. What I might do in the future is I might go back, or maybe I'll do like a full arc review when the arc is done, the first arc. But the series has been excellent so far. If you've been looking for a Spider-Man book that you want to read, if you've been craving that Pete being married to Mary Jane, and you got Gwen Stacy in here, who's apparently with Harry. This is your book. This is the book you want to be reading. Ultimate Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man comic coming out of Marvel Comics, in my opinion, right now. You definitely need to check this book out. And that is the 10-minute quick review, episode number 531. Hopefully we'll be doing episode 532 soon, so this way I can work on the books that came out this Wednesday for 533. So let's keep our fingers crossed, keep your eyes out. I will have other videos coming up. I do also have a whole video. I'm more than likely not going to do a short. Maybe for this week's books I will, but for all the for the other two, I might just do a straight up video. Just put both weeks together because it's a pretty nice stack anyway. With that, links in the description below for all social media. As always, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to comment, likes, whatever. Feel free to do it. Love to hear your feedback. If you're new to the channel, click the sub button, click the notification bell. This way I am in your subscription box and you get notified when new videos come out, because there will be new videos. Most anticipated is the next series to return on the channel, and I know a lot of you enjoyed that, and I really want to get that to all of you. Hopefully by the start of July we'll get the startup again for Most Anticipated. But till then, everybody, thank you all so much for being here. Take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see all of you really soon in the next video.